What's going on, everybody? Joe Rosner here. I just want to literally go through with you 7 clients in 7 days. Now, this can transform your life. It can transform your business. This can take you to a whole nother level and have astronomical growth within your business. As long as you implement these things. This is what I've used and a lot of my clients use to literally gain the momentum they need in their business. It can range, literally, it's brought me thousands and thousands of dollars in just a month. It can do the same thing for you, and it's done that for my clients as well. Keep reaching. Just keep reaching. Follow this process, okay? So 7 clients in 7 days. It's a trial. It's not a challenge. And I want to explain this because there's a difference between a challenge and a trial. A lot of people go into a trial expecting that it's just a short version of something they have to pay for, okay? This sets you and your program up for success right from the get-go. If you consider and you call it a challenge, people hop in and out of challenges on social media and on Facebook every single day. They don't expect to pay for anything at the end of it or want anything further. It's just a challenge. They do it for a little bit and then they're done. They move on to the next one. A trial, they do it for a little bit. It's kind of try it before you buy it, right? Get into the program, start seeing some results, start liking the way that you're feeling. Here's what I have as far as the solution based off of where you're at and where we can go from here, okay? So very clear, it's a trial, it's not a challenge. Make sure that you're clear about that with them as well. Now, the first step, obviously, in this 7 clients in 7 days trial is going to be you want to get used to, having a type form, a Google form, a Wufoo form, something like that, where you're going to create and gather information from them so they can enter into your trial, right? This is a link that you can post that it creates on your social media. You can send it in an email. You can send it on YouTube. You can offer it anywhere you want to, all over the place. That's going to give the names, number, and the email address to the individual, right? Now, this is something that you're going to want to literally promote to your friends, to your family. You're going to want to do, like I said, do YouTube. But at the same time, don't prejudge people either. So once you create that type form, that Google form that's got the name, number, and email on it, and then there's one question at the bottom, and it says, what do you need help with the most? Is it nutrition? Is it exercise? Or is it both, right? The moment you create that, you can blast it out to everybody. Family, Facebook, YouTube, everything, Instagram, right? Now, when you're doing this, you're going to do this authentically and you're not just going to copy and paste stuff, right? That's spam. You don't want to do that. When you're talking to your friends and your family, offer them, hey, I'm doing a 7-day free trial. I want to, I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining. I was wondering if you could benefit from something like this. We're going to offer nutrition, exercise help, and give you some motivational tools and different things like that to overcome some of your obstacles. 7-day trial for free. Now, one thing that I want to make very clear, as you're going through on Facebook, I want you to go through and I want you to send this out to your friends on Facebook and on Instagram, right? The reason why is because you're going to get exposure and you're going to have people that you wouldn't have thought that are going to want to do your trial. So don't prejudge anybody before you send it out and authentically connect with them to do your 7 days and 7 clients and 7 days free trial, okay? Now, if we prejudge, we're throwing half of the people that could potentially be in our program away. And you don't want to do that. I know our main goal here is to serve as many people and over-deliver to as many people as possible. This is one of the ways to do it by not holding expectations, okay? The next thing you're going to do after you start sending that stuff out, right away, create a waiver, right? You can do it in a Google Doc, you can do it anywhere, Word document, whatever you want. Create a waiver in an intake form. An intake form is basically a consultation form, something that you can create, on a Word doc, a Google Doc, whatever you want, so you can get the most information you can from them, age, weight, their goals, any allergies, different things like that, so you can get as much information back on them as possible to set up this trial for them 110%. Now you're also going to want to download Trainerize. You're going to want to download MyFitnessPal. Trainerize is the app where you're going to be able to create the exercises on there where you can plug into videos so they know exactly what to do and literally watch it step by step on how to perform the exercises and the right movements and stuff. It also tracks, weights, reps, sets, what, if they're checking in every single day, if they're not, cardio, all of that stuff is in there as well. You're going to want to download MyFitnessPal, get comfortable with MyFitnessPal, so that way they can start tracking their food. This allows them for the first 7 days just to start getting a better idea of what they're consuming every single day. So that way, moving forward, this may open up their eyes, right? They might not realize that some of the stuff that they're eating has this many calories, has this much carbs, has this much fat, has this much protein in it. So that's a benefit of MyFitnessPal. And those two apps, you can literally create a video, right? And screen share a video of you going through the app and explaining how to use it. And this is going to be beneficial when you create the trial Facebook group where you're going to put all the people in your trial in and explain how to use it, so it's an easy transition for them, right? Then you're gonna download DocuSign. This is basically for the waiver, right? After you create the waiver, you can upload it as a PDF into DocuSign and send it out and email it to them. So that way it's clarity that, hey, they're willing to work with you and there's nothing against you, okay? Now, get familiar with those videos, those apps, and those things, so that way you can transition your clients into the 7-day trial as smoothly as possible. Next thing, right? You're going to create that Facebook group that I was talking about. It's super important. This Facebook group is where you can add more value. You can over-deliver even more. You can post motivation in there. You can do lives in there, answer questions in there. You can answer and go through anything that you want in there. But it also builds that community around the people that are in your trial of like-minded individuals that are on a health and fitness journey just like they are, and want them and get them to perform at a higher level as well. Now, the next thing we're going to do, once you got all of that stuff done and you got your woo-foo forms typed out, you got all of this stuff done, you started promoting it, you started sending it out, you got used to the applications that you need for the process, and you start getting people in, right? You start getting those applications in. People are giving you their name, their number, their emails, right? And answering that question. What you're going to do is the moment you get them in, you're going to call them right after you get their info emailed into you. Do not wait. Just go ahead and call them. It's a quick 10-minute, maybe 15-minute setup call. And during this call, all you're going to do is give them direction. You're going to give them what to expect next from you for this trial, okay? You're going to send them the waiver while you're on this phone call real quick and say, hey, go ahead. I sent you over a waiver to your email. Go ahead and get that signed and send it back real quick while you're on the phone. This is extremely important because we don't want to move forward until we have this. You get that waiver back, then you move forward right when you get that waiver back. You send over the intake form at the same time and explain to them how important it is to get this done as soon as possible, preferably by the end of the night or tomorrow, so that way when you're on that first coaching call, you already have some groundwork with them and you can start creating a program based off of what their goals are and the things that they want, okay? Before you get off the phone, right, you send them that intake form. You're also going to send them the login information to Trainerize via email, so that way they can log in there and get kind of familiarized a little bit with that. Then the last thing you're going to do before you get off the phone with them is you're going to set up that coaching call, right? The first actual coaching call with them. And this you can set up for 1 or 2 days later. Now, you set that up, you get off the phone, you give them direction of what to expect from you. You tell them you're going to add them to a Facebook group. You add them to the Facebook group, right? And then you move forward. Moving forward to that first coaching call, right? This means that you've gotten a waiver back and you've gotten an intake form back. That first coaching call, you're going to go over the intake form with them a little bit more in depth in case something that you created on a program might need to be swapped out or switched around. We're customizing this specifically to each individual so we can help them moving forward and get them to where they want to go. Now, you got the intake form back. You're talking about their goals. The goals, when you start talking about those goals with them, you're going to dig pretty deep. You're going to ask them, what goals do they want to accomplish in the next 6 to 12 months? We're setting them up long term here, right? Everybody knows that most people need more than 3 months anyways working with somebody to get to a goal. You're asking them in the next 6 to 12 months, where do you want to be? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Like, where do you see yourself? This is also then planting in their head of long-term goals working with you as a coach, right? You want them to know that they can continue with you long-term. These goals are going to be set for a long-term duration. Once you're done doing that, you kind of talk to the goals. You take detailed notes on all of this stuff, so that way if you need to make any adjustments, you can make any adjustments. You answer any of the questions that they have from this point, and you get them started in the trial. You literally walk them through. You start posting into, the moment you get a client into, or a trial member into your trial, you start posting into Facebook groups, start adding value in there, right? On the first coaching call, still, you're gonna go over the next step. So once you go through their goals, their reasons why they want to achieve them, the long-term goals, you're literally gonna set up the second coaching call, okay, for the 6th day. This is extremely important, so that way you never have to worry about scheduling problems or anything like that. You just set it up right before you get off the call with them on that one, and you continue moving forward with them, right? That'll be on the 6th day of the trial. That means they have one day left of the trial after that coaching call. Don't forget to have them start tracking on that first coaching call their macros in MyFitnessPal and why it's important. Don't worry about what MyFitnessPal says as far as caloric intake and all of that kind of stuff just yet, right? We don't want to overwhelm them in thinking that they have to hit a specific macro when they're just beginning their journey, because we all know that can be extremely frustrating. We don't want to relate frustration with your with your trial in trying to show them a great experience of working with you, okay? Tracking the food, once they're done tracking the food, that makes them aware also of what they're currently eating. It makes you aware also of what they're currently eating, okay? This is gonna help you long term, so you know how to adjust their program if they decide that they're gonna continue moving with you past that 7 days, okay? Now, one of the things you're gonna do after that, they started the trial, right? They're in the trial, you got those days in between that first and second coaching call. What you're gonna do is you're gonna feed them with a silver spoon. And what I mean by that, you're gonna over-deliver on everything. We always wanna over-deliver on everything. And what I mean by over-deliver, you're gonna check in with them daily. Send them a Facebook message, send them a text message, ask them questions, send them an email. You're gonna be there to help them go through any of those initial obstacles that they might have, those barriers, those limiting beliefs in their head of why they can't continue to move forward with the program. And you're gonna make their program as easy as possible and customizable to them, so that way it becomes a lifestyle instead of some quick fix type journey that we all know doesn't work, right? You're gonna show them empathy, you're gonna take care of them, you're gonna post in a group, you're gonna give them that amazing experience of working with you as a coach for that 7 days. Everything you offer, you're gonna give them for 7 days, okay? Try it before you buy it, build that love and that trust with them so they wanna continue working with you because you're the person that's gonna get them to where they need to go, right? After that, the second coaching call comes up, right? That's on that 6th day. You're gonna start out the call, you're gonna ask them how they're doing, right? The key for this is ask them how they like the program, like the 7-day trial so far. And also ask them how they feel, right? Some of them might start to realize that they feel like crap. They're in worse shape than they thought they were before they entered into your trial based off of the different things that you have them doing. And I want to you want to ask them too, is there anything, that they didn't necessarily like yet? This is A, good feedback for you, and B, it also sets you up to answer and overcome and deliver on new opportunities for them, okay? I know a lot of people think, don't ask what's wrong or don't ask like that kind of stuff. Those are people that are scared to hear the truth about something and don't want to actually help the individual get through something, okay? So I always ask so that way I can deliver and help them out, because I look at that as an opportunity to serve more and love more every single time when I ask that question. So ask that question so you can serve and love on them as much as possible. Now, after you talk about what they're doing, you're going to reiterate on their goals a little bit. You're going to talk about those long-term goals and how they feel moving forward, right? You're going to set them up so that way you know that you have a program that's going to get them there, but also this is going to help them realize that they need to continue working with you in order to achieve those goals, because you gave them a nice laid out plan. You're connecting with them on a daily basis. You're motivating, you're coaching them, you're doing all of these things for them, and that they realize that they can't do this. Now, after this 7 days, right, you're going to ask them, moving forward, do you feel that this was beneficial to have everything laid out for you and having that accountability partner so that way we can continue pushing you towards your goals, right? That's when they get a good, clear idea of what that looks like, and they'll understand that what you've given them has been the most amazing experience for the 7 days. That's when you move into offering how your program can benefit them further from where they're at right now, and relate it to the things that you know, because you watch them track their food, you watch them go through the exercises, you were messaging them every single day, seeing what they were struggling with, what wasn't fitting in their daily lifestyle, limiting beliefs that they might have been having to overcome during this little process to move them forward with you, okay? You explain and you relate how your program can benefit them, and then there you go. You pitch them your offer to get into your program. Now, I know that this was just, a snippet, but this is what it would look like moving forward working with me, right? We want to make sure that we do this. We know there's no quick fix to anything, and in order to get you from point A to point B based off of what your goals were for the next 6 to 12 months, this is what it's going to take, right? And you offer your program. That's it, right? We get them into your program. You guys can easily get 7 clients in 7 days without any hassle, as long as you follow this step by step and you go through the process, make it as smooth as possible, and over deliver 110% on every single person that gets into your trial. Now, the questions you might have now is, how often do I run this trial? If you're just starting out, run it right away. Start out with a trial. Get this stuff locked in, have everything smooth, run it, right? If you've been doing coaching for a while, this is something that you can do once a month, depending, right? If you have leads, if it's hard to get leads in, right? You can set this out and you can promote it once a month. I'm doing a 7-day trial where I work with nutrition and, exercise program. Or if you've been looking to lose weight or you want some nutritional help, click the link below, right? You can promote this once a month if you want to, if your leads start drying out. But I guarantee you, if you do it right the first time and you promote the hell out of it the way that I was explaining, talking to friends, family, messaging people authentically on Facebook and on Instagram, showing up on YouTube with it, and all the other platforms out there, you're going to have a list that's unstoppable for you to continue to have astronomical growth, where you can literally run through people through your process and have them try it before they buy it. And then the people that might say no to this, you can put them up into a follow-up process, right? Which is going to be beneficial for them. If they say yeah, congratulations. You literally just got your first 7 clients and you're on your way to astronomical growth. I hope that this was helpful for you. I love you guys. Just keep reaching and lead from the heart every single time.